Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. And now coming to details. The audience on the occasion of the 55th anniversary of the establishment of Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic relations. On the 2nd of July, the delegation led by Vice President of the Women's Union Kim Thị-minh paid a visit to Mammoth District in Tabong Khmer Province, Kingdom of Cambodia.
Receiving the delegation, there was Ms. TayNinhTVToday, Deputy Governor and Chairwoman of the Women's Union for Peace and Development of Tabong Khmer Province. Leaders of a number of provincial departments and agencies, and representatives of Mammoth District Administration and the communes that the delegation visited and gave gifts. The delegation of the Ninh Women's Union presented 450 gifts to the poor women and children in two communes of Chan Mut and Rung. It worth 350,000 Vietnam dong. The total amount of gifts is 160 million Vietnam dong, donated by Lê Huỳnh Vi Co Limited, based in Phan Commune, Dư Minh Châu District, TayNinhTV Co Limited, and some other sponsors under the mobilization of the Provincial Women's Union. Vice President of TayNinhTV Women's Union Kim Thị-minh said that, with the close friendship between TayNinhTV and Tabong Khmer women, TayNinhTV Women's Union sent more gifts in the hope of helping the women here partly overcome difficulties and improve their lives. She also wished the friendship between Vietnam and Cambodia, between TayNinhTV and Cambodian border provinces, as well as TayNinhTV Women's Union and the Women's Union for Peace and Development of three border provinces of Srei Viên, Tabong Khmer, and Srei Vân getting increasingly stronger. On the side of the Women's Union for Peace and Development of Tabong Khmer Province, Deputy Governor and Chairwoman TayNinhTVToday expressed her deep gratitude to TayNinhTV Women's Union, the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, for visiting and giving gifts to the poor women and children in the province. She also wished that the friendship, solidarity, cooperation, and development between the two countries would last forever.
On July 2nd, Chairman of the Provincial People Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Vice Chairman Võ Đức Trong, and Deputy Chairman Trần Minh Chiến co-chaired the monthly regular meeting of the committee.
This meeting gave opinions on the contents that the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, the Department of Natural Resources and Environment, the Construct Department, the Department of Planning and Investment, and the Department of Finance have submitted. The Department of Natural Resources and Environment has a report on the draft decision stipulating a number of compensation, support, and resettlement policies when the state conducts land recovery in the area. Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Võ Đức Trong asked the department to evaluate more specifically in the field of compensation policy regulations, based on shortcomings, objective and subjective reasons in the application of the policy to complete the report. Regarding the report of the Department of Construction, most of the delegates agreed to choose the first option, that the stadium area on Trường Chinh Street will be planned to build into TayNinhTV Provincial Square. Accordingly, the square will be the main work covering 5.2 hectares, auxiliary and cultural works on the scale of 1.6 hectare. As for the area developed into surrounding area, people here will transform themselves because the area has developed and their lives are stabilizing. Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc requested the Department of Construction to gather opinions, research additionally, complete the planning and report to the Provincial People's Committee to submit to the Standing Committee of the province in the coming time.
Turn to other news. The audience, since its establishment and operation, the border gate economic zones in TayNinhTV province so far have attracted low total investment capital with very few FDI projects. So the replanning of Mộc Bài border gate economic zones toward the development of urban industrial chain has been set out.
By May 2022, Mộc Bài border gate economic zone has 39 investment projects, but only 3 FDI ones. The border gate economic zone doesn't have diverse industries, merely investing in infrastructure such as housing, warehousing, footwear manufacturing, processing, solar power, plastic, and logistics. In order to plan and build mobile border-gate economic zone into a border-gate economic zone of international stature by 2050, the Ministry of Construction recently held a conference to appraise the task of general planning to build mobile border-gate economic zone. The People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province and its consulting unit will be responsible for considering the planning deadlines and update the plans on railway, road, and waterway traffic, researching to propose urban development models in economic zones, ensuring security and defense, soon completing the procedures to submit to the Prime Minister for consideration and approval. In order to ensure the attraction of investment resources to develop mobile border-gate economic zone, the planning of mobile border-gate economic zone is aimed to develop the urban industrial chain of Mobile Ho Chi Minh, Cái Mép and Tivai in association with the Trans-Asian Economic Corridor, a trading hub with Cambodia and ASEAN countries. Strictly following the instructions of the Steering Committee 389, the functional forces of the province have well controlled the market. In June 2022, they have discovered and arrested 104 cases involving 87 subjects, seized exhibits worth over 105 million Vietnam dong, mainly items such as beer of all kinds, cigarettes, eyeglasses, frames, and helmets. 84 cases were handled for administrative violations, with a total revenue of over 900 million Vietnam dong. The value of confiscated goods in the period was estimated at over 1.2 billion Vietnam dong, increasing more than 800 million Vietnam dong in May, reaching over 347%. Members of the Provincial Steering Committee 389 are urging business establishments to sign commitments not to trade in smuggled goods, not to produce, store, or trading prohibited goods, counterfeit goods, or goods infringing intellectual property rights, goods that don't guarantee quality and food safety. In the first 6 months of 2022, the total area of aquaculture in TayNinhTV Province reached 344 hectares, up 122% over the same period. New stocking volume of fish bred in wraps reached 61% of the plan. Seed production reached 48% compared with the same period. Aquaculture output attained 6,200 tons, fishing over 1,000 tons. The province so far has more than 579 hectares of aquaculture, concentrated mainly in the districts of U Minh Châu, Châu Thành, Bến Cầu, and Trang Bàng Thao. To develop aquaculture and call for investment in aquaculture, in aquatic products collection and processing plants associated with raw material areas in the locality, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has cooperated with the Eastern Foods Technology Company to build a pangasius material farming area with a total area of 32 hectares for export towards intensive farming, biosecurity, and ecological environment protection.
The ordinance implementing the Rule number 78 dated October 4, 2002 of the Government on Credit for the Poor and Other Policy Beneficiary, the Transaction Office of Tân Châu District Bank for Social Policy has implemented many policy-related programs, evaluated a fast, timely, and effective, helping people early access to residential capital, contributing to the realization of the national goals for rapid and sustainable poverty reduction, ensuring social security, new rural construction, and socio-economic development in the locality.
The border district of Tân Châu has 11 communes and 1 town, with a total of 76 hamlets and quarters, including 4 communes bordering Cambodia. The total natural area of the district is more than 1,100 square kilometers. More than 80% of the area is agricultural and forestry land. 14 ethnic minorities are living in the locality, accounting for nearly 6% of the district's population. The total number of poor and near-poor households is 661, accounting for nearly 1.8%. The transaction office of Tân Châu District Bank for Social Policies was officially put into operation on July 1, 2003. On July 1, 2003. As of May 31, 2022, the transaction office has a total capital of more than 429 billion Việt Nam, 41 times higher than when it was first established. Over the last time, the office has disbursed loans for more than 9,100 poor and near-poor households that have just escaped from poverty, with a total amount of 271 billion Việt Nam, supporting capital to create jobs for nearly 8,000 laborers, with a total amount of 86 billion Việt Nam. Existing loans of 96 billion Việt Nam for tens of thousands of students with difficult circumstances, supporting capital to build tens of thousands of clean water and sanitation works according to regulations, with a total investment of more than 245 billion Việt Nam, providing loans of 248 billion Việt Nam for production and business, households, etc. Under the policy of the state, I have borrowed 30 million Việt Nam to raise cows. Thanks to that, my family has escaped from poverty, being able to send our children to school, and we have got 6 cows. Thanks to the policy capital of Tân Châu District, I opened this grocery store for a few years ago, so my family has a stable job. Unlike before, now my job is stable, so life is less difficult. The transaction office also successfully organized the Saving Week, joining hands for the poor, to raise a total amount of nearly 6 billion Việt Nam to contribute to supplementing capital for lending to the poor and other policy beneficiaries in the district. The office has set up 12 transaction points in 12 communes and towns. This is a step forward in reforming administrative procedures, facilitating people's transaction and saving travel costs. With the method of transaction at home, disbursement, debt collection at commune, the operation of commune transaction points has helped poor households and policy beneficiaries to timely access preferential loans from the government in order to have investment capital to develop production and business, create jobs, stabilize life, and escape from poverty sustainably. Generally, after 20 years of implementing Decree number 78 of the government, we can affirm that the mechanisms and policies for the poor and other policy beneficiaries that the Party National Assembly and the government have promulgated are consistent with reality, in line with the people's will and supported by them. The social policy capital has made practical contributions to sustainable poverty reduction, new rural construction, and social security in the locality. These achievements have brought a colorful picture in credit activities over the past 20 years, showing that the transaction office of Tân Châu District Bank for Social Policies plays an increasingly important role, taking the lead in poverty alleviation and ensuring social security in the district.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.